Hey everyone, if you are watching this tutorial, then hopefully you are finished with your sculpture and you are ready to photograph it and present your work. Before you do that, please watch this short video so that you know what the expectations are for your photographs and presentation of the final sculpture. So before you photograph your work, you want to set up a clean space and you want to locate a dramatic light source. So in my house, I don't have many surfaces that don't have a lot of stuff on them or aren't made of glass. And so I had this Amazon box lying around that was pretty big, and I thought it would make a good stand for my sculpture. The only problem is it's ugly, right? It's just this like cardboard box with like black stamps on it. So well, the first thing I did is I found a very blank wall in my house, and I pushed the box up against it because I knew I was going to need a white background. For your work, you want it against either a black surface or a white surface, something very neutral. You don't want the surroundings to distract from the photograph itself, from the sculpture itself. So I pushed the Amazon box up against a white wall, and then I found a piece of white paper to put on top of it to cover up the box itself and to provide myself with that kind of pristine white surface on which to photograph. I chose this section of my house as well because it has a dramatic light source. As you can see, I can turn off the lights around this area, but leave the light on in my closet, and it would shine a bright light into this area. So here's my initial setup. Here's with the white paper and the dramatic light, and there you can see I set up my sculpture on top of it. Then it was time to photograph my sculpture. Now obviously this would not be a good photograph of my sculpture, but let me show you some examples. You want to photograph for drama. So you want to find your most interesting angles. That's why I didn't photograph my work on the floor, because I wanted to be able to photograph it from below and from above and from the sides. I want you to take a minimum of 4 interesting photos, which means you're probably going to have to take more like 10 or 15 photos to find 4 really interesting ones. You want to keep photographing, zoom in, get closer, photograph from further away, photograph from below, photograph from above. Light and shadow is key, so whether you're using light from a closet to illuminate your sculpture or a flashlight or a combination of both, you want to play with how light can illuminate the sculpture and create areas of light and dark as interesting shadows on the walls. The lighting will show us different parts of our composition. Once you've photograph your work and you find 4 interesting photos, you want to enhance those photos with the features on your phone. So you can crop the photos, you can turn them black and white, play with contrast, and so forth. You want your final work to look as captivating, clean, unique, crisp. These are all adjectives that are good to describe a final photo. All right. Then what you're going to do once you have your 4 photographs, you're going to create a Google Slides presentation. You're going to title it Paper Sculpture and then put your name underneath the title. You're going to give it a black background, that way your photographs really pop, and you're going to put 1 image on a page. So let me show you my presentation. So here we have the title, Paper Sculpture, followed by my full name, and then I have 1 photograph per page against a black background. And you can see all my different angles and use of lighting. You can see how I manipulated the photographs to draw the attention to certain aspects of the photograph and of my sculpture. I used different types of black and white. Okay. So I not only edited these on my phone, but I can also edit right directly into Google Slides. So I use Google Slides here to up the contrast so that I would get darker shadows in this one. All right, so this is my presentation. Hopefully this helps you photograph your work. Now, can you have more than 4 photographs? Absolutely. 4 is just the minimum, and I'm super excited to see your final sculpture, to see how you present it, and to celebrate your hard work. Thanks, guys.